little Rico. We've got some big news tonight. More backlash against the move by a number of states to pass ag-gag bills. Those bills would make it illegal to use undercover videos like the ones you're looking at right here to expose animal abuse on the nation's factory farms. But now animal lovers everywhere are speaking out. Brand new ads like this one take a stand against proposed ag-gag laws in the state of Tennessee. Do you live in Tennessee? The Humane Society's president, Wayne Pacelli, joined with Ellen DeGeneres to speak out against the ag-gag bills.
These kind of undercover cameras catch a lot of things, you know. It's important to keep that, that going.
And today we have another very powerful voice speaking out for animals. You know Rory Friedman from her wildly famous runaway bestseller, Skinny Bitch. Well, Rory has a brand new book called Beg, a radical new way of regarding animals. I am so thrilled to have the amazing Rory Friedman here today. Rory, you and I love our pets, but we're an entire nation of pet lovers. Americans love their pets, but the vast majority of animals that we often never speak about are not pets. They're, for example, the 9 billion pigs and cows and chickens on factory farms. 9 billion with a B. How can Americans expand their love for animals to those animals?
It's a great question, Jane, and it's one that I talk about extensively in my new book, Beg, and one that I also spoke about a lot in Skinny Bitch. And it's easy for us to love the animals that we live with and the animals that we see every day in our own homes, but we often forget that there's animals in our everyday lives that we may not meet face to face, but that we're affecting with our daily choices. And there's a lot of things that we can be doing in our own everyday lives to make a difference for these animals.
And the first thing is to become aware and have the courage to bear witness. Yes, folks at home, it takes courage to look at these images, but it's important. Bearing witness is really part of the solution. Now, I talked to Wayne Pacelli, who's the president of the Humane Society of the United States, just the other day, right on this show, about these laws that would criminalize undercover videos of abuse on factory farms. Here's what Wayne had to say.
They really do threaten what we do in terms of our undercover investigations. I mean, our investigators don't disrupt anything. They do their job, but they also record what's going on. You know, these spokespersons from agribusiness say, well, they don't want, HSUS to manipulate this. These are pictures. They speak 1,000 words. We're not manipulating any footage.
Rory, do you think this whole ag-gag movement to ban the photographing of these abuses has backfired on the industry or not?
I think it has backfired because now what they're seeing on television all over the place is the footage that they're trying so desperately to keep us from seeing. While we look at these images of cows and chickens and pigs, we're reminded that it's an ugly business. Factory farming and slaughterhouses is messy and ugly, and there's a lot of cruelty and a lot of death and a lot of abuse, and there's no way around it.
Let me say this, that the industry says that these are aberrations, that nobody in the industry condones animal abuse. What is your response to that? Because they say that very strongly in all their comments.
I think it's easy to pay lip service, and they're saying all the right things, but we're obviously seeing images and video footage that say the exact opposite of that. And if this is something they're really committed to having stopped, then you'd think they'd be glad to have these investigators going into their businesses and showing us what's happening.
Yeah, it's really a very, very big controversy right now. There's editorials coming out all the time. I always say Americans are very decent people, and when they learn of something that's wrong, they take action to stop it. But these animals cannot speak for themselves. 10 seconds.
These animals can't speak for themselves. We need to speak for them.
We do, and you are, and your book is called Beg. Rory Friedman,